So I wasn't aware that I need to make a PPT or like a present slide. So I guess I can just demonstrate it. So my goal with this website is basically to tackle bias. And like if you think something is false, you can search this up. But the main reason that misinformation spreads is probably because of bias. You don't even realize that something is misinformation because there are confirmation bias and everything. So let's say if you have a website like, I don't know, the New York Times, you can just paste your URL here and click search. And yep, first we have to sign in with, yeah, we have to sign in first to see stuff, but yeah, so we paste this in. And I just made some few demo comments, and basically you can see opinions of other people. I didn't use anything like machine learning because for bias, I think it's the best way to see like what your biases are is to see like other people's opinions. So that's why I use this. And for articles, I know that there are things such as comments on the bottom, but the problem with that is that the people that visit the same articles as you might have the same biases as you. So with like another website, you can see maybe like completely different people reviewing the same thing. So you can do this, and you can also write a rating. So I paste in your URL here, and the bias shows like left-leaning or right-leaning or what you think it is. So I don't know, I'm just going to choose a random thing for example here, but I can say, yes, yeah, I think it's good. For example, my computer is slightly lagging, but if you click submit, basically you can do that. And the next thing is like, if you don't want to wait for someone to actually, see this thing or like wait to review the same article you visited, you can add a request. So request, you can paste in any URL here. And let's see. My computer's a bit laggy, but the point is like, let's say if you have an article that I open up here, yeah, you can just click this, go back. You can add a URL and it shows up here. So now anyone that opens this website can see it and they can review this website for you. So they will click open, it automatically opens that URL for you. And also, if you read that, you can go back to this website and it automatically pops up this thing for the writing rating. And now you can say, okay, I learned a lot from that article and according to other sources, like it was good or something like that. I don't know. And you can click submit. So now if you go and search that up, you can see that we can see this rating here. So this is basically how my website works, and I'm just going to go over how it's built. So basically I use just plain JavaScript. So it's a website and HTML, right? So I wrote the HTML here and created like the header and the sign in button and the ratings. And then I use like JavaScript to, and a bit of CSS to style, but JavaScript to get the information and selection and whatever. So the library that I use is Firebase because Firebase is just really a good way of hosting stuff, basically, right? You can get authentication working really quickly. You can use Firestore to store the data and everything. So basically what I do is every time you search this, you find all of the reviews that are matching the URL and it displays it here. And when you write ratings, you add something to the database. And also, yeah. And for the requests, you basically add something to the request section here. So you can see each of these requests contains a data site. And for the reviews, it contains a bit more stuff, including like, let's say, yeah. So bias, comments, and the site. Also, another thing to incentivize you to write reviews is a score here. So whenever you write your own score, your own review, it adds a score by 1. And every time you review someone's request, it adds a score by 2 because you're helping someone else. So yeah, I feel like this website will really help people to deal with bias in particular and misinformation because you can see a lot of opinions from other people. And because you have requests, it might make you, open articles that you normally won't. So you can see opinions from other people that maybe don't have the same biases as you. So Thank you.